Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah bil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin asyrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. So today we're going to continue our session on joining sentences together, right? Joining sentences together. Now, after the session 15, there may be topics that you might wish for me to go over again before we actually start on our sarf and i'rab, because once we finish the basics, the basics grammar rulings and all that, we are going to go and do tarkib and i'rab of a surah. And the surah will be the Hamim surahs in the Quran. Do you know which surahs do I mean when I say Hamim?
Yeah, the surahs which starts with Hamim.
Yeah. So they are the ones the 40 and above. Yes, and inshallah we will finish with Surah Muhammad. We will finish with Surah Muhammad, and we see how that goes, inshallah. Okay, now we have done the vocative sentences. Okay, when we talked about joining sentences together, we said there were several types of connection. So last week we did vocative. Yes, in other words, the nida. Then today, inshallah, we'll do oath and conditions and results. We won't be able to finish conditions tonight, but we'll continue the next session, inshallah, and then with forbidding and command. And then lastly, our last session on joining sentences will be on jumlah ta'liliyah as well as istidrakiyah. Yes, these are the ones. So just go quickly what we did last week, which is basically nida, and we said that there were 5 cases of nida. 5 cases of nida based on the munada. Yes. So when the munada is a proper noun and only one person, then the munada, when it is an indefinite noun but an intended definite noun, meaning we're talking to a particular group of people, not just one, or it could be someone that we don't really know, it's just general thing, it's a general expression that we're using or we're addressing. Then we have a munada that is mudaf. Yes, this is when the munada is in the form of an idafa, like Abu Bakar, for example. Or it could look like a mudaf. Yes, it could look like a mudaf, and this is when we use the half of ja, lam, or li. Okay. I've put a table here, and we shared this last week as well. But just to remind you that basically all munadas are nasab. Yes, are all nasab. Why? Because they behave like a maf'ul bihi. Who are you calling? Basically answers the question, who are you calling? So that's why it's looked upon as a maf'ul bihi and therefore nasab. However, the signs of nasab will vary depending on the actual munada. In this case, when it is proper noun and singular, it will end with a dam. It's mabni and will end with a dam. Yes, single dam, not damatain, single dam. So here it's fi mahali nasab in this case. Or it could be something like ya ayyuhallazina amanu. So we're addressing in general a group of people here, but the believers. So it's an intended group of people. So here, whatever the sign is in terms of rafa, that's what we will say, because we're not talking about singular anymore. It could be dual, it could be as well plural. So when it's dual or plural, the sign of rafa is no longer dhamma. Yes, it can be alif, it can be ya, and things like that. So we have to be careful here. But whatever it is, it's still fi mahali nasbin. It's still fi mahali nasbin. It doesn't run from that. Here, this is a normal sign. Yes, this is like asiyan. Whatever mansub is always fatha. Yes, here as well. But because it's hidden, because it's a mudaf, in this case, my slave, right? So we can't see the fatha. Yes, we say it's muqaddara. but it's there, it's mu'rab. That's why we say mansubun. We don't say fi mahali, we say mansubun. Here is also mansubun, and the final one is also mansubun. Yeah, ya taliban lil ilmi ijtihad. So here is actually looking like, meaning like a mudaf, idafa, sorry, but it's not an idafa because this is not light. Yeah, this is not light, and this is majrur for a different reason, not because it is an idafa, but it is like an idafa because talking about students who are seeking knowledge. Yeah, lil ilm. Okay, so we're going to do oaths, joining sentences with oaths now. Why do we say joining sentences or linking sentences? Because there's two sentences in an oath. Okay, there's two sentences in an oath. Now, an oath can be brought before a sentence to create emphasis. Yes, because you want to say something strongly. So you say, you know, wal asr, by time, or wallahi, in the name of Allah. So you are going to say something that's already strong, but you want to emphasize that even further by making an oath. Yes. So in Arabic, as you know, the oath is called a qasamun. Yeah, and it's made up of two sentences. This is why we say it's linking or joining two sentences. The sentence that makes up the oath and the answer to that oath. Yeah, the sentence being emphasized. The jawabul qasam. We can also call this, and sometimes you see in books, as muqsamu alayh. Yeah, muqsamu alayh. This is also your jawabul qasam. By Allah, I did not lie. Yeah, so your muqsamu alayh is this one. Yeah, this is what you're emphasizing, that you did not lie. Yes, you swear that you did not lie. You're telling the truth. So this is the qasamun, the oath, and this is your jawabul qasam or your muqsam alayh. Okay. So what are the rules that we need to follow when we do this? Okay, so the qasam itself is made up of two parts. Something that is hidden, uqsimu, just like your munada. Yeah, the nida, we had a hidden verb as well. Yeah. That upon which the oath is taken. Yes, what you're swearing with. Yeah, the sky, the earth, time. Yeah, so that's your muqsamu bihi, that upon which the oath is taken. And this will become the maf'ul bihi ghayr sarih. Yeah, when we say ghayr sarih, meaning it's not a mufrad maf'ul bihi. It's made up of a sentence. Okay. Now, with all oaths, we use a harf of jar, meaning when you swear with what you call the tool of making oath, or the other tool, qasam, right? It's normally a harf of jar. It is always a harf of jar. Whatever follows it becomes majroor. Whatever isim or whatever it is that you make the swearing upon, yes, that will become majroor. Yes, so like wal asr. So time is majroor. Here, billahi, the word Allah becomes majroor. Tallahi, the word Allah also becomes majroor. Yes, so this one we only use with Allah, the word Allah. We don't use it with anything else. There is one that is, however, occasionally, very rarely, you use ta with the Kaaba. Yeah, with the Kaaba. But we rarely see this, but once in a while it comes up. Okay, so what's the rule for the jawab now? It has to have some form of emphasis in it. Yes, most of the time, not all the time. In most cases, there is some form of emphasis. Okay, so what do we mean by this? Now, look at this. Here we have a jumlatun ismiyatun. Yeah, your nominal sentence. Here we don't see the emphasis. Yes, so much. Yeah, because this is it has an isim at the beginning. But with a jumla fi'liyah, yes, we have things like laqad. Yeah, we have things like lam, emphasis here. This is the nun, tawkid. Yeah, and then if there's an inna somewhere, there will be a lam muzahalakah as well. Yes, somewhere. And then lan, which people translate as never, which is like emphasis as well. Yeah. So these are the things when we say usually in the jawab there's some form of emphasis, but not all the time. Not all the time. Yeah, as you can see here, it's not all the time. Innahu la sadiq. Yeah, this is emphasis. This is lam muzalaka because it's with inna. Yeah, but like here, no, there's no real emphasis. Now what's the tarkib like? Two parts only. The qasam, jawab qasam. Yeah, and the qasam made up of our here in the half qasam as well as the thing that we swear by, the muqsamu bihi. So now, a few things you need to note. Sometimes the verb for the oath is mentioned explicitly. You can see it. Yeah. Here, we actually say uqsimu billah. We don't just say billahi. Yeah, we actually say uqsimu billahi. Yeah, so this is what it means by the verb for the oath is actually mentioned rather than dropped. And then the negative particle la often precedes the explicit verb of the oath, but this is more for emphasis, not for negative meaning. Yeah, we see this in the Quran. Yeah, it's like no, I swear. You know, sometimes you want to say that, or no by Allah. Yeah, but that no is not really a negation, but more like whatever it is that you said before, I deny it, and this is what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's more for emphasis than a negative meaning. Yeah, so in here, la uqsimu biyawmil qiyamah. Yeah, I swear by the day of reckoning. It's not no, I don't swear by the day of reckoning. Yeah, it just said la here is for something in front, not negating this sentence. Okay, this is basically what it means. Yeah. So another thing you need to note, sometimes people get mixed up between waw qasam and waw ataf. Yeah, but the only way we can recognize this is you look at the waw and the isim that follows it. If it doesn't become majroor, then of course it is not your qasam, it is your atifa. Yeah, so that's quite a simple way of looking at it. But these are things that we need to know. So here is wallahi innahu sadiqun wa salihun. So this is ataf. It joins sadiq with salih. Yeah, it has the same i'rab. Yeah, innahu sadiqun wa salihun. So they are the, in this case, the haba or the isim of inna.
This is the khabar of inna, sadiqun or
Yes,
salihun.
yes, the who is the isim. Alhamdulillah. So let's do an exercise. You're going solo today, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Oh, yeah. Wallahi ma akhbartuka illa bima alimtu. Any word there that you don't recognize?
Akhbartuka, wallahi, by Allah, akhbartuka, I inform you.
Yes.
Bima amilat, with what you do, with what you have done.
Alim.
So ma'anillah will get cancelled because ma'anillah will give an emphasis only with
alim too is not what you done.
Alima ayo, what you know.
No, alim too is not for you. It will be alim ta or alim
to
ti.
sorry,
Yes.
is my ana.
Yes, so how will be that?
With what I know.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Yeah, this one is the two tati always gets me too as well, inshallah. Yeah, I swear to Allah, I only told you.
Actually, in Urdu, two is you.
Yes, two
What,
is
what
you.
normal what? Two.
Two. Alim,
Normally, it is we.
alim ta would be you, and alim ti would be the female you. Yeah, but both are past tense. All three are past tense. Yeah, okay. Assalamualaikum, Sister Momina.
Walaikum salam. Sorry, I couldn't get through.
Oh, subhanallah. It's always like that somehow, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, can you handle this translation here? Is there any word here you don't know?
Yes.
Okay.
Just the translation.
Yes, that's right.
Allah by Allah,
Mm-hmm.
la yuridu shaitan. The shaitan does not want
Mm-hmm.
except to lead mankind astray. So they enter the fire with him.
Yes, mashallah. By Allah, Satan desires nothing except to mislead people so that they will enter the fire along with him. This is so true from the beginning of time. And he's relentless. Even at our deathbed, we are dying and he's still whispering away. Yeah. So this is something we have to guard against. SubhanAllah. May Allah protect us. No. Oh, this one. This is easy, Sister Shiraz. You can do this in your sleep.
Indeed, by time is that insan is under loss.
Yes, unless they remind each other, right? They remind each other. Okay. The last one. Alhamdulillah. Here. وَرَبِّكَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ حَتَّى يُحَكِّمُوكَ فِيمَا شَجَرَ بَيْنَهُم. It's a little bit tricky, Sister Momina. But when we see here, this one's something usually done to someone, yeah? When it will have a shadda here. So this is like, how do I say? Yuhakkimuka. It's like making someone, yeah? It's like making something, yeah.
Making. By your Lord, they will not believe until they make
make you, yes, that's
make
right.
you judge.
Yes, that's right, judge. Yeah.
Make you judge concerning that which the tree is a tree, shajara.
Okay, shajara here is a fi'il. It's a fi'il, yes.
Oh, it's a fi'il. Oh,
yes.
no, I don't know what that means.
So shajara here actually, if you see the tree, as you say, yes, shajara is the tree with the tamabuta, Usually we look at the tree, you have the branches and then we have the leaves, yes. So it's like things that it's complicated, right? It's complicated, a tree, yeah. It's not like one leaf and So here it's actually talking about shajara is being used as dispute, because it's like an entangled, intertwined, clashing thing. You know, when you look at branches in the tree, we blow it, it will hit each other, right? So here it is used in that form to say that they are disputing among themselves. Yeah, they're disputing among themselves. Yeah. So here we would. This is of the time. Why is he's been asked, our Prophet ﷺ has been asked to judge whatever dispute that they have between them. Yeah. So yuhakkimuka is to judge, make judgment. So it's being done to them. That's what I mean by the shadda. When it is family two, it's usually something that's done to someone. Okay. So by your Lord, yeah, as you said, they will not believe until they make you hatta yuhakkimuka judge concerning that over which they dispute bainahum among themselves. Yeah. So this is a bit tricky, yes. But this is from the Qur'an. Yeah, this is from the Qur'an.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So we finished the qasam. I think it's quite straightforward, the qasam. And we are going to go to the not so straightforward one, which is the shartiyah. Yes, the shartiyah, the conditional sentences. Okay. There are two parts to this conditional sentences, so we'll do the first part first, and then next week we'll complete the second part, which is not too long. And then we continue with forbidding and command. So now, what's a conditional sentence? Sometimes when you read the Quran, you don't realize it is a conditional sentence. You know, and then you look at the Arab and say, oh, this is a conditional sentence. You know, because it doesn't have words like if. You know, it doesn't have words like when. You know, so you're wondering, why is it conditional? Yeah, so this is where we're going to have a look. And hopefully, inshallah, we will understand why. Okay, so a conditional sentence has two clauses, you know this: the condition, the shart, the result clause, the jawab shart, yes, and a conjunctional a conditional conjunction. Okay, so words like if, when, whenever, whoever. Oh, how's whoever a condition? Yeah, so these are things that we will look at. Yeah, so these are the terms. The conditional conjunction is other to shart because there are two kinds. One is an isim and one is a harf, and you know that the word adatu means tool, or what you use to do the condition. Yeah, so this is called a conjunction because it joins the two, the shart and the jawabu shart. Yeah, okay, so like here, if you work hard you'll be successful. So if, as you say here, is the conditional conjunction. So this is your adatu shart, this one. And then you have the shart. What is it that you have to do? You work hard. And what will happen? What's the result? You'll be successful. Yeah. So here, again, adatu shart, the shart, and the jawab. Yeah. Simple. Revision. Now there are two types, as I mentioned before, the isim, the harf. Okay, so these are the English words for it: noun conditional conjunction, particle conditional conjunctions. Yes, particle for harf. Now let's look at the asma'ul shart. Now there are two types: one that changes what comes after it, one that doesn't change what comes after it. So what we're going to look at for the first half is the one that changes the words after it. Yeah, so these are these: kaifa, ana, kam, ayun, man, ma, mahma, mata, ayana, aina, haisuma. These are in the Quran. All of these are in the Quran. Yeah, so the shart is something that you can find everywhere in the Quran. Yeah, so we need to know this, so we need to recognize what's happening. They are all amil. Why? Because they render the mudaric that comes after in the state of majzoom, and there are two usually mudarics. Yeah, the shart as well as the jawabu shart, and both becomes majzoom. So this is what you call isims that make two mudarics majzoom. Yeah, so example here, man as here, yuzakir, zal, kaf and ra. Yeah, zal, kaf and ra basically means to remember. Yeah, but when you enter it into family 3 with the extra alif, it can also mean to study. Okay, also means to study. You can have a look at the dictionary then. So both cases, the man has made majzoom. Yeah, so yuzakir instead of yuzakiru, and yanjah instead of yanjahu. Yeah, so here, yeah, yuzakir, yanjah. Whoever studies will succeed. So this is a clear-cut case of shartiyah. Yeah. Then we have the halves in and isma, law and laula. So this one will do second half because in this case it's rai amil. Yeah, so both in and isma are amil because they render the mudaric for both the condition and result to be majzoom. Yeah, but for laula and law it's ghair amil. Yeah, so here we have the half. It's still to zakir, tanja. If you study, you will succeed. Yeah, not whoever you study, you will succeed. So you see, you can have man as shartiyah. Yeah, so man has a lot of hats. So does ma. You can ask questions. You can do this. It can be isim mausul. Yeah, so there are many hats that it wears. Now there are two types of conditional sentences. This is what I was saying, that we will have two sessions. Today, tonight we'll do the real conditionals. Conditions which may be met, meaning that it's something realistic. Okay, you put a condition and that condition can be fulfilled. Yeah, but sometimes there are unreal conditionals. There are conditions which cannot be met. Why? Because the action is done. Yeah. You know, if he had not gone, yeah, he may have met her, or you know, he wouldn't have gone into the he would have, you know, missed the accident or something like that. But he did not go. You know, he went. So then he met the accident. You know, something like that. So that is where you can't change it anymore. You know, it's a done deal, and you can't change it anymore. Or maybe you're wishing for something that is, you know, if I were younger, you know, something like that, then it's something that cannot happen. So this is what we mean by unreal conditionals as opposed to real conditionals. Now, real conditions, yeah, usually we use this isim, man, and for half we use in. Now, this is the common ones. Not to say that we don't use the others, but this is what you see most of the time. Yeah, man yajtahid. In this case, we use jahadal for you know, for working hard instead of the zakir just now. Tajtahid, tanjah. So all both are majzum. Okay. Now, in the textbooks that I shared, I think Sister Momina, maybe you don't have the textbook. I will share it with you. I can share it in a group again. The one that was done by Ustad Hashim Muhammad. Yeah. So if you refer to page 48, but I put it on the slides anyway. Towards the end, if we have time, we can go through it. Yeah. I put it at the end, so that we can go through it, inshallah, if we have the time. Otherwise, it's there for your reference, and you can read it on your own time. Yeah. So here, inshallah, man yajtahid yanjah, what we saw just now. So the tarkib for this, the breakdown. This will be your shart. This is your jawabu shart. Yeah. Now, why I'm saying that it will be treated the way as the istifham? Yeah, because remember, these isms are isms that you cannot tell their i'rab because they are mabni. Yeah, so that's why it's a bit difficult to try and figure out what they are, because you can't tell unless you know what the sentence is. Yeah, the meaning of the sentence. Then you can gauge roughly, okay, what is it, you know? So anything that is rafa at the beginning of a sentence can either be mubtada or habar muqaddam, yeah, because we're talking about rafa. But if anything that's mansub, then you have to figure out what else can it be. It can be maf'ul bihi muqaddam, that came in front, yeah. Usually maf'uls, yeah, that comes in front. So it's either this or a maf'ul of sorts, yeah, when it comes in front. So you can only tell sometimes when you know the meaning. Yeah, but in this case it is quite clear because it's made two verbs majzum, so you know automatically that this can't be an istifham, it must be a shart. Yeah, but otherwise you really need to look at the meaning. Yeah, you need to look at the meaning. Now this is in when you're using the half and not the isim. But in tarkib, in is not labeled because it doesn't, you know, have. So we like what just now when we saw here, it's mubtada, right? But when we see here, it's just a half. It doesn't have any role, right? And it's looked at as shart, part of the shart. Yeah, part of the shart. Yeah. So, translation back again, since we're learning this in English, Ustad always emphasize translation. So there are two types of real conditionals, yeah. What he calls zero conditional. We don't have this in Arabic, but he's put it here to help us understand, yeah. So he calls this the zero conditional. What does that mean? Okay, first conditional, yeah. And then we'll talk about second and third conditional when we do lao and laula. Yeah. So zero conditionals, basically, it's anything that can occur. general truths and situations that occur all the time. Yeah, so these are zero conditionals. Nothing mysterious about it. So it's straightforward. The present tense is used in both condition and result clause. That's what we saw just now. Okay, there are exceptions. If you work hard, you are successful. This is how we would translate it. It's something that is still happening. If you haven't happened yet, if you work hard, you are successful. So this one, it's not translated as past tense or anything. It's not like if you had worked hard, something like that. We don't do that. Not for the zero condition. Then we have the first conditional. Here, when we're talking about future situations which may occur in the future, which may occur in the future. So the present tense is used in the condition clause and the future tense, with the infinitive in the result clause. Okay, so meaning infinitive will be, you will be successful if you work hard. So this is the first conditional. This is the first conditional. So if the condition clause is mentioned first, a comma is placed between the two clauses, just like this. So here, the condition is mentioned first. So you have a comma, and then only you will say the result. You will be successful. If it were the other way around, which you can also do, then you don't need to put a comma. You will be successful if you work hard. So English allows for this. But of course, in Arabic, it will still be the same thing. In what was the sentence just now? Ijtihad, wasn't it that they used it? Subhanallah. Oh, this one. Oh no, this one I'm going ahead instead of going behind. Yes, like in tajtahid, tanjah. So both are majzoom. Whereas here, it's always in that position. We don't switch the tanjah and the ijtihad. We touch. What was the word? Subhanallah, Sister Shiraz. How do we say work hard as a command?
Work hard.
Ijtihad is the actual working hard, right?
Ji.
But if I want to command you to work hard, how would I say it?
Okay. Ijtahid.
Okay, what's that? No, it's
tajtahid. Oh, you do count. Tajtahid. That is for you, right?
Because it's for, it's a second person addressing. Okay, tajtahid. Okay, subhanallah. Okay, so in this case, for English you can swap, but the Arabic you can't swap. It's like that. The only way you can swap, if you can actually indicate that what comes first is the jawab. So this one we will learn in a few slides down the line how we can do this. Okay. So just now we looked at the verb of oh no, we are going to look at the first one, the condition clause first, not the result clause. Okay, the verb of the condition clause. So basically this is usually a fi'lun mudari'un, which is majzoom, but like in this case, in tasduq, we know this is a mudari because of the ta, and it's become majzoom. It can also be madin, but you still need to translate it as a mudari. So you would still say, if you speak the truth, in sadaqta. Or you can make it a fi'lun nakis, but you won't say it as was or were. You would say something like this instead. If you are truthful. We don't say if you were truthful. We say if you are truthful, because we're talking about the real condition, not the unreal. Okay, so it's in kunta sadiq, something that can be done, a condition that can be fulfilled and can result in something. Yeah, so in kunta sadiqan. So this is the condition clause. Now we look at the result clause. Now how do we write the result clause? Now the jawab shart is primarily either a jumlah fi'liyah like this, yeah, without any additions like lan and so. This one, of course, you can't do this because this is a future thing, and this one is a never thing, right? So future and never, so we don't have additions like that. So in tajtahid tanja, if you work hard, you are successful. Yeah, so you are successful is a fi'l mudari'un, which is majzum. Or it could be a fi'l madin with a mudari' meaning. What's this? If you work hard, you are successful. Najahta, you are successful, but when we translate it, we don't translate it as something that was in the past tense. Okay? But it's something that, it's true. It's true. So that's why sometimes in the Quran, for something that hasn't happened yet, but it's for sure to happen, we put it as a madin. Yeah, this is a practice that you see in the Quran. Now, if, however, this is where I was saying, what happens if we switch, if we put the jawab in front? How do we know it's a jawab? Yeah, so here it will be preceded by a fa. This is a very famous fa. This fa has many names, yes. And I think we learned one fa that was called fa fasiha. Fa fasiha is like this fa, yes, but the special thing about fa fasiha is you don't see the shart, you don't see the condition. It's something that is implied, yeah, but it's not there. Yeah, it's something that is implied, but it's not there. That means before the fasiha, they were talking about things. They were talking about things, and as a result of all those things, there is this result. Okay, so they use this fa to say fasiha, to say this is as a result of all that. But there is no specific condition, because it's, they're talking about this and that, and then finally this is what happened. Yeah, but with this, with the conditional sentences that we're looking at, there has to be a fi'l shart somewhere. Yeah, so here in yadribka zaidun fa la tadribhu, there's a reason why we put the fa here. Yeah, and that's because this is not a clear cut simple tanja like that. Yeah, it has other things to it. Yep. So this is what we call rabita. You remember this? Rabita. So fa rabita. If Zaid hits you, do not hit him. Yeah, so we don't have a translation for fa, but we know that what comes after fa is your jawab. Yeah, what comes after fa is your jawab. So here, shart, jawabu shart, and the rabit, the one that connects the shart to the jawab. Then you have other names. You have fa jawab, which is the obvious one. Yeah. Fa jaza, which also is like fa of recompense, the result. Yeah. Jaza, if you do this, you get this. If you do that, you get that. Yeah. So this is what you will be given. So that's also considered the result. And the other one is waqi'ah. Waqi'ah means here it is. Here's the reply. So it's the one that tells you, what comes after this is the jawab. Yeah. So this is the fa introducing the result clause in conditional sentence. So some of the names that fa is known by. Yeah. Don't get mixed up and don't get confused. Don't be afraid. It's nothing new. It's the same fa. Okay. Now, why do we have to use this fa? Yeah, like I said, because when the jawab is not a simple sentence or not a simple fi'il anymore. Yeah, so then we have to indicate that this is the answer or the result. Now there's a bite or a verse. The classical grammarians, they like to come up with mnemonics. yeah, mnemonics, for want of a better word, so that you can remember things. Yeah, so they sometimes they just give you a line so that you can remember what's going on. Yeah, so it's like a memory aid of some sort. Yeah. Here is one bite. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was done by Ibn Malik in his Alfiyah, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Here we have ismiyatun talibiyatun wa bijamidin wa bima wa qad wa bilan wa bitanfis. Wa bitanfis. So it's supposed to help you remember. Okay, inshallah. And what does it mean actually? What it means is, if the jawab is all that, then you have to have a fa. Yeah, if the jawab has all that, then you have to have a fa. Okay, so here I basically list down the whole thing here, and it tells you what it is all about. Okay, so if the jawab is an ismiyah, you have a fa. If the jawab is talabiyah, in the form of either talab is to ask for something, right? So these are all the categories of asking. Ask them to stop, command them to do something, ask them a question. This is obviously an ask. And of course, when you ask for something, you don't really command Allah. You say a dua. Yeah, that's also talab. Yeah, so all of that comes under talabiyah. Yeah, talabiyah. Then if it has the words like asa and laisa, these are verbs that are jamid, always in that form. You don't have it in mudari. Yeah, this is what we mean by jamid. Or when it begins with a negation like ma, and when it begins with qad, which is emphasis, lan, which is never, yeah, and tanfis. Tanfis is what? Particle of futurity. That's a nice word, like saufa and sin. Yeah, saufa and sin. So just ismiyatun talibiyatun wa bijamidin wa bima wa qad wa bilan wa bit tanfis. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Any questions here before I move on? No? Okay. So what I've done here is I've tried to tabulate, because if not we will have so many slides to go through, so I've tabulated this. Yes, the apodosis is just your jawab. Yeah, this is just the English term for it. Yeah, so in the case of the nominal sentence, I've given an example here. So وَإِن يَمْسَسْكَ بِخَيْرٍ فَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. So here is a jumla ismiyah. هُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. He is over all things competent, right? So this is jumla ismiyah, and it's the answer to this. Yeah. So fa huwa, fa here is your rabita. Yeah. Okay, and here in there, these are not examples from the Quran. These are just normal Arabic sentences. Yeah. In taramus sinan fa akrimhu. Yeah. So this is honor him. It's like an order, you're telling the person. Yeah. And in tusadif sharrin fala taqrabahu. Yeah. So in this case, you are forbidding. It's still in that form, taqrab. Yeah, don't go near. La taqrab. Jitani fahal tu'inuni. Yeah, this is a question. Fahal. Yeah, so if it's a question, then you also have a fa, because if otherwise people won't know that this is a jawab. If I drop the fa, then it doesn't look like a jawab, does it? So sometimes that's why we have to do this. Yeah, sometimes, not all the time. Negation, for example, I will see in a while. This is the jamid. These are also from the Quran. When we use laisa, when you use asa, yeah, these are your references. You can have a look at that. And here, negation. Now sometimes, like la, for example, when you use la, the negation is very simple, and the grammarians say if that's the case, that you don't need to put a fa. Yeah, you don't need to put a fa. You can leave it as la, and it's understood it is the jawab, because what follows it is a simple thing. It's not complicated, like with maf'ul bihi or something like that. Yeah. So there is some khilaf in that sense. Yeah. Depends on what follows that negation. If it's a straightforward single word thing, then sometimes they say you don't have to put a fa. Qad, you have to. فَقَدْ سَرَقَ أَخُ لَهُ مِنْ قَبْلِ. Yeah, if he steals, a brother of his has stolen before. So this is from the famous story, Surah Yusuf. Yes, and I think what was the name of Yusuf's brother? Benjamin. Yeah, Benjamin. And he was also accused of stealing, and he was kept behind, so that well, that's how Allah shows up the brothers, isn't it? So وَمَن يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَن يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. And whoever desires other than Islam, the religion, never will it be accepted from him. So this is a case of lan. Yeah, a case of lan. So here also we need to put a fa. Safa and sin, yes, obviously you have to put a fa. If not, it doesn't look connected at all. So this rabit is there, so that you know there is a shart before it, and what follows it is your jawab. Yeah, so we have all the examples here, alhamdulillah. Now, negation. Remember, I was saying if you have a negation in the jawab, usually you have the fa. But here, Ustad has given examples which do not need to have a fa because it's a straightforward negation. Okay, so here, for example, illam tajtahid la tanja. If you do not work hard, you will not be successful. Yeah. So in this case, there's no fa because we're just looking at la tanja, straightforward negation. Yeah. A negative verb in conditional can also be translated as unless, meaning that your in and lam, yeah, it can be translated as unless. So unless you work hard, you will not be successful. Yeah, so this is just translation wise. Now, remember, with the fa, you can put your jawab as muqaddam. And also there are cases where you just have a jawab that comes before. Yep. In this case, the adatu shart will not cause the jawabun to be majzoom. Ah, interesting. So here, ijtahidu in ijtahadatta. Why is there a shaddah on ta? Sister Qurratu Ain, do you know what the answer to that is?
Yes, because it is these are known as, from the tajweed point of view, these are huruf mutaqaribain, meaning they are close in their makhraj. So then the idgham, so the rule is that the first letter is merged into the second letter, such that the first letter disappears. So yeah, that's why you have a shadda. So it's idgham mutaqaribain rule. Is that what you were asking in terms of tajweed? Were you asking me?
In a way, yes, but it's more straightforward than that. It's not that complicated, because that one involves when you change the letters, right? When the sound is the same, dal and ta, for example.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this case, no, it's more straightforward. What was here before?
Yeah.
If you work hard, right? If you work hard.
Yeah.
So this is what? Is this a madin, or what sort of verb are we looking at here?
Oh, okay. This is madin.
Madin. And
Yeah.
it would have been, if I want to say ijtihadta.
Yeah. So, okay, are you asking me why is there fatha on the ta?
I'm wondering why there's a shadda on the ta. Why couldn't it have just been ijtihadat?
Yeah, no. That's why I'm explaining that this is how it's a rule of tajweed, and it's idgham. And there's that's the only explanation for it.
Okay, so
That
what was the
there is
original?
actually
What was the original that we joined together?
yeah, the original would be ijtahadta. Like originally it should be read ijtahad with the qalqala and the ta, but the rule of idgham makes it ijtahadta, where the dal completely disappears, and then to show that it's a idgham. This is like a rule of rasm.
How they
The
write it?
rule of the
Yeah.
writing of scripts. That's
Yes.
right. So whenever idgham has happened, then the second letter gets a shadda, and that is why there's a shadda.
Okay. All right.
Mm. Sorry if I made it complicated, but that's how I understand. I think because I'm learning the rasam of the Quran, like why is a certain letter written, why there a little letter somewhere, and why is something not written, why is there alif written but not read. So there's like 7 rules of rasam. So I think my head is full of that. That's why I gave you the long explanation.
Okay. Ijtihad. All right. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. So here we are. Yes, the fa'il is anta. Yes, and the original fi'il, which is dana, is actually ijtihad. As you said, it has ijtihadat. Yeah, and then you have ta, and then it merges together because we have the sukun plus the ta added together, and we have to have the shadda. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Ijtihadu in ijtihadatta. But as you can see, the jawabu now, because we have brought it before, it no longer is acted upon by in, so it's now ijtihadu. Ijtahidu, not ajtahid. Semangat. Ajtahidu did not become lightest here, so it's not ajtahid anymore. Yeah, because the in, it doesn't come after the in. Yeah, so this was ijtahad. Because both are supposed to be the same, right? This is why the idgham occurred. There's supposed to be a sukun at the end, and then there's an anta at this, but instead of 2 sukuns, we had to merge the 2. Yeah, because there's sukun here, and the sukun that came along with the original. If we had, let's say, a normal fi'il madi that says you something, right? How would we have said this? Can you think of a we did just now, right, Sister Shiraz? When you said it was what was the word with the 2 at the end? What was the word that had the 2 at the end? Ta with a dhamma. Remember? Subhanallah.
Oh, the same
And
thing, right? In
sorry.
tahidu, it was ijtihada, so it was tajtahidu, which I was given the previous one.
But tajtahidu is mudari. It was a madin.
Yeah, that was the given to me.
I can't remember. But this is also a madin, you see. So it would have had how do you say, a ta sukun at the end. You know, like when we say any madin with anta at the end. How do we say it? Any word.
Like
Fa'altu.
Nasarta.
Nasartu, nasarti, right?
Nasarta.
Yeah. So nasartu, nasarti, which means that I helped, right? Nasartu, I helped, right? So, or nasarta, you help. In this case, you work, right? And then
but this is happening. But this is form 8, isn't it? So you have intasarta, like that.
Yeah, like here, the ta and the salta, and at the same time,
But
the dal and
in
ta
doesn't appear here there because it's being a madi. We cannot see the difference of a majzum thing in the madi thing because of this in. Had it been mudari, would have
no, it's because the letter is not one of those where they are close in their makhraj. The makhraj of ra is far from the makhraj of ta. So that's why there will be no idgham happening. It's only because dal and the ta
Close to each other.
are taqarub letters. Yeah, yeah.
They're
Now,
close.
what I was saying was the majzoom
Hmm.
because of in cannot be seen in the Madi version. Had it been Mudare, we would have seen the
Hmm.
majzoom's a word of this. Ijtahada, had it been Ijtahada, Yashtahidu, Tashtahid. So,
Yeah.
had it been Mudare, that is what I was saying. Because this is Mazi, so
Ah,
in doesn't
okay,
make any
okay,
difference on
okay.
it.
Okay,
Yes,
it's
yes,
yeah.
that's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's correct,
Because we
Masha.
are searching for shart and jawabu shart, right? So normally we see the majzoom thing in the
That's right.
mudare
That's
because
right.
of the shart.
Yes.
So,
Okay, for the benefit of Sister Momina, I'll put this down in writing. Sometimes it's easier to put it in writing. It's just that I'm on a slide, I can't show it. So inshallah, we'll put it in the group and then we'll see why that became that. Yeah, there are steps to this, so we'll put that inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, now here we're just going to compare Iza. Remember Iza? This is of course a zarf of time. And in this case there is a meaning of shart in it, yeah. So this is for certain events, meaning that it will happen, and in is for uncertain events when you want to say if. This is when it will happen and this is if, yeah. Any verse in the Quran that you can think of with Iza that means this? Iza Shamsu Kuwirat.
I think the whole of Juz Amma is full of that, isn't it? Like Ida Shamsu
Kuwirat,
Kuwait
yes.
and lots of the yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
Subhanallah.
when,
Yeah,
yeah. So these are things that
yeah.
will happen. So when this happens, this is
Yes.
what will happen. Yeah. So iza zahabta, when you go, and here we have in tazhab, if you go. Yeah. So you can see again that the effect, the two different things, because this is ghair amil and this is amil. Okay, let's do the exercises before we go off. Just two simple ones. This one, 2 and 3. 8 questions altogether. Yeah, shall we start with Sister Shiraz again? Wallahi in tahfaz lisanaka taslam. This is a good advice. Sister Shiraz?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wallahi in tahfaz lisanaka taslam. Lisanaka. Okay. By Allah, if you guard your tongue. It's taslam. It's good for you.
Yeah, you'll be safe. Yeah, you'll be safe.
You'll be safe.
Okay. So this
I
is
think.
yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. I think it should be Tuslam.
Tuslam. Okay.
Yeah, because it's using the passive form. Taslam doesn't make sense because it should either be because if it's aslama so it should be tuslam actually, I think, and that is why the translation is also passive. You will be safe because aslama yuslam, so tuslam.
You're talking about family 4. You're talking about family 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe get it checked out, inshallah. Yeah. But that's what I believe because, because that's the translation is showing that as well.
Taslamu. It's not passive though.
Had it been from family 1, then this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
Family. Had it been.
Okay.
Salama yaslamu. It can be if it is from family 1.
Okay, well, I can double check
like
it for you.
You will be made safe. It will be in that meaning if it comes from family 4, right? To make someone safe.
Safe, yes.
So it will be mutadi.
But
because here the function is being on own self, so it has to be salasi mujarrad.
And it's taslam. I'm safe.
Yeah.
Okay, you're safe, sorry. You are safe.
The
Yeah?
verb.
Basically, you are safe. But we translate it
Yes.
as infinitive because of that rule that we saw earlier. Yeah? Because of the if. But yeah, I can see your point as well, sister. Sister Qurrata Ain. Alhamdulillah.
Then it has to be tuslim, right?
To slim. Not
It
not
won't be
taslam.
tuslam.
It won't be
It
taslam.
will be tuslam. Yeah, it has to be tuslim if it is from family 4.
The thing with tuslim is that okay, never mind. How do we make it lighter? Okay, kaifa tu'amilu. I will check that for you. Yeah, kaifa tu'amilun nasa yu'amilukum. Sister Momina, can you translate this one?
How?
Amil is to treat. Yeah.
Oh,
This is your,
but it's how you treat mankind. That you will be treated. You all will be treated.
yeah, you amilukum. This is which family? To amilu.
It's the third one. Third? I don't know.
Because of the alif? Yeah.
Yeah.
How you treat people, they will treat you. Yeah. So if you treat people in such a way, they will treat you likewise. Yeah. That's just basically it. And then here, Sister Qurratu Ain, Aina ta'amal.
أين تعمل يكتبه الله ويحاسبك به. One minute, yeah. Okay. However you do the action, whatever action you do.
Yes, that's correct.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will write it and will hold you accountable for it.
Yes, he will record it and will hold you accountable for it. Usually Aina is asked where. Yeah, usually Aina will ask where.
That's right. Yes,
but
yes.
in this case, it's like when we say in English, wherever you did the wrong or whatever it is, so it's actually more accurate to say whatever, as you were saying. Yeah, whatever you do, Allah records it and holds you accountable for it. There's some words that you can use for both. Okay, here. Hi Suma tazhab azhab ma'ak. Sister Shiraz, back to you. This is nice. It's probably
Where are you go? Where are you go? I go along with you.
Yes, so this is probably two people who are very good friends. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sister Momina, what about this? This is from the Quran, Sister Momina.
Okay. And if they deny you, then say to me, my deeds and your deeds. My deeds and for you is your deeds. Oh, for me is my deeds and for you is your deeds.
Yeah, so for me, my deeds, for you, your deeds. Yes, you're good. Of course, the English translation is not so literal. We would say something like this. Yeah, my deeds are mine and your deeds are yours. Yeah, this is just one of those Arab and English thing. Okay, all right. Sister Qurratul Ain, in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah fattabi'uni. This is also simple. Sister Qurratul.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Your mic,
I thought I was muted. Sorry. I thought I was unmuted. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. If you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then follow me.
Yes, then follow me. Subhanallah. Yes, this is our Prophet talking to the people. Okay, Sister Shiraz. In lam tusri yakun jawabuka sahihan. So not from the Quran.
Sorry,
but
it is not from the Quran.
Tusri,
Yeah.
Tusri, what's the meaning of this?
This is
Tusri?
to rush or to hurry.
Okay,
Yeah?
if you don't rush, yakun kana yakunu jawab का for your answer नहीं if you don't rush kana yakun jawab your answer
Yes.
being right
Will be correct. Yeah, yakun
will
is
be right.
will be correct. Right.
Okay, if you don't rush your answer will be
Will be correct. Inshallah.
right.
Yes. You know you
Will
make
be correct.
mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Basically, you make mistakes when you
So
write.
where is this rush going to, sister?
Sorry, where is this rush going to? Oh,
Ji.
when you do things in a hurry, yeah, you can make
Acha,
mistakes,
okay,
right?
okay,
You can
okay.
make mistakes. So basically, you don't rush. You take
Okay,
your
yes.
time and
Acha,
think
acha, acha.
before you answer. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, and to
alhamdulillah.
remember
Ji.
the meaning of said, I mean, the meaning can, if you remember the word of Allah
You
Subhanahu wa Taala,
use that?
Sari'ul Hisab. No, Sari'ul Hisab, Sari'ul Iqab. So
Uh huh.
Sari' is ism sifa
Mhm.
of the Sara'a Yasra. That one.
Okay. Uh huh. And
Yeah, so
meaning that
it's
is.
like ism sifa. That's Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala's name.
Wow.
Sari'.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
Yeah, yeah. Inshallah.
So he does things very
So it is a
quickly.
rush?
He will do
So
things.
it is the meaning for rush?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Sara'a
not
is
rushing.
to
In
rush.
Allah Subhanahu wa Taala's case, we will not use, like, rushing is actually negative.
Mm-mm.
But what I'm saying is here, for Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, it's called swift. The swift. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is swift in reckoning
Softness.
or swift in taking
Okay.
account. But on its own, Sariya should not be used as a name of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. It's only used as an idafa, Sari'ul Hisab or Sari'ul
Attributes.
Iqab, like that. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has not used Sariya for himself as a name because it can have negative.
True.
So what he does is what is that we're
Easy,
focusing on
easy,
what he
subtle,
does.
at
Yeah.
least.
Yes.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, and because this is like in terms of admonition, to warn people of, or not to be complacent. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, Subhanallah, we have in the Quran, Sari ul Iqab, Sari ul Hisab. So we don't just think, oh yeah, we can get away with what we do, Subhanallah.
But he talks about Sari Isab, right? Is a very swift, but it's just.
Yes,
And so
that's right,
you're
that's
not
right. Yeah,
left hanging, or you're not left
yeah,
suffering.
yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
right. And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think there is, subhanallah, like, people just think that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you can't turn any attribute into a name. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it says, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry, but that doesn't mean you can say ghadib
Yeah,
is a name of
that's
Allah,
true. Yeah.
na'uz billah. So what Allah has not given a name to himself with that attribute, then you don't give a name, but you use it how Allah has used it,
Yes.
subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right.
Subhanallah. Yes, that's absolutely correct, because some people do give names based on his attributes, and that is not correct. Yeah, we can go wrong there. Okay, Sister Momena.
That's right.
Now, subhanallah. I think I will give this one to you. Yeah. Fazkurillaha izastayqazt. This one is
It's up. This is now. Remember Allah when you ask. I don't know what that is.
wake up. This is to wake up.
Wake
Yeah.
up.
Istayqazta is to wake up. You wake up. Yeah.
To wake up.
The
So
you.
remember Allah when you wake up.
Yes. Remember Allah when you wake up. This is a case where you can either go the other way around. You can also say izastayqazta. No, fazkurillah. Yeah, but because you have the fa, you can safely put it in front, and you know that this is the jawabu. Yeah, this is the jawabu shart. So this fa here is to indicate the jawab, not as an ataf. Yeah, not an ataf. Yeah, so this is allowable, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. So next week we will continue with the unreal conditions. Yeah, so far we're doing the real conditions, and we'll do the unreal conditions, and then inshallah I have two things that I need to do for you. That one is to do the idgham thing so that it's clearer, and then the other one is to check the taslam. Yeah, to check the taslam, inshallah. Okay, then inshallah I will see you next week. Inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair. We really enjoy your lessons.
Amin wa yakum. I do enjoy my lessons with you all too.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.